But as far as the fight, I feel like Bug could beat him easy. How though?
Got a love for boxing.
Yes, love
Who
boxing.
gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating.
In New York, when Hamza fought Berlanga, and he doesn't look too small anymore. He's filled out a lot. Looked quite big.
Experts reveal that Terence Crawford has the tools to overcome Canelo Alvarez, pointing to his unmatched adaptability and ring IQ. Stephen A. Smith confidently predicts Terence Crawford will defeat Canelo Alvarez with no hesitation in his tone. He expresses admiration for Canelo, yet insists Crawford has the skill and mindset to win. According to him, if there is any fighter capable of overcoming Canelo's power and dominance, it is Crawford.
You got a love for boxing.
Yes, love
Who
boxing.
gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud,
Right.
it's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
That's not beating Crawford. I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's going to go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always ready.
Always prepared.
He's always
gotta
ready.
give
He's
him that.
always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster. But I don't think he's going to.
Analysts have drawn an interesting comparison between Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez. They point out that Spence, much like Canelo, possesses the same kind of Mexican-influenced fighting style that blends skill, grit, and tactical pressure. The argument is straightforward. If Terence Crawford was able to decisively overcome Errol Spence, then it is reasonable to believe he could do the same to Canelo. Spence's technical ability, footwork, and body attack are on par with Canelo's strengths.
One wins by way of knockout. Is there a drastic difference in skill set and style between Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez? There's not. There's not. There's obvious differences. But is there a drastic difference? No. Errol Spence is flat-footed, aggressive, come forward, and a pressure fighter. Canelo Alvarez is aggressive, come forward, flat-footed, and a pressure fighter. Overall, their skill set is pretty much the same skill set. The difference is durability, for one. Canelo Alvarez has as great of a chin as there is in the sport of boxing historically, where we've seen Errol Spence hurt in the past, early in his career, and then you've seen him, buzzed by your Dana Sugas. But obviously, Errol Spence has suffered that horrific car accident, okay? Errol Spence suffered the 2 major eye injuries.
The analysts believe this proves Crawford has the tools, adaptability, and mental sharpness to counter Canelo's style. This comparison strengthens the case that Crawford can succeed as he has already defeated a fighter with similar skill attributes and approach to the sport. Hacker Stevenson dismisses concerns about weight differences between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. According to Stevenson, Crawford's talent, ring IQ, and allowed skills far outweigh the impact of size alone.
I feel like Bug could beat him easy.
How though? What are your thoughts on Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Terence going up another 2 weight classes. Just got to 54. He's skipping 60, going straight to 68, talking about what's going on.
I feel like once he beat Canelo, that will be like one of the greatest resumes in boxing ever, just because of the fact that he's going up 2 divisions just to fight this guy, and this guy's bigger than him. And not only did you just crush Errol Spence, but you go out there and the way that he beats Canelo too. If he go out there and just dominate and make it an easy fight, honestly, I think that that's gonna be like one of the best resumes I ever seen. But as far as the fight, I feel like Bud could beat him easy.
How though? Don't give me everything. Just how is it?
For me, it's a blueprint already. Floyd was a lot smaller than Canelo when he fought him. You keep Canelo on the outside. I ain't gonna even say too much, but you keep him on the outside and make it easy.
He argues that Bud Crawford has fought enough styles and calibers of opponents to prepare him for a challenge like this. Stevenson emphasizes that boxing is not solely about weight. It is about timing, precision, and knowing how to neutralize an opponent's advantages. In his eyes, Crawford has proven time and time again that he can adapt to any circumstance. For Stevenson, the outcome rests more on execution and strategy rather than physical size, and he firmly believes Crawford is capable of beating Canelo.
Fighters, so yeah, I'm thinking of maybe going there. I've been asked to go there and obviously give my input on the fight before they go in the ring. And obviously I know both fighters. Canelo's a friend now after our fight we had, and also Crawford, I'd shared training camp with him as well. It's a good fight. Well, I'm not going to say too much.
Okay.
I'm going to save it till on the day of the fight.
Okay.
But look, it's going to be a mega fight. Honestly, it's hard to pick the winner. Yeah. But like I said, it's a close one.
I know you said you don't want to say too much, but when people talk about Crawford boxing on the outside and using his movement, almost making it boring in a sense, do you think he can do that with the added weight that gets put on and him boxing in that certain style that we haven't really seen him box like before? In terms of boxing on the outside and almost sort of that stick and movement type.
You're talking about Crawford, yeah?
Crawford, yeah.
Look, Crawford's going to probably do the same thing that he knows best, which is box, be smart, slow movements, small steps. It's only small steps he's taking. So if he, I mean, look, and it's always worked for him. Every fight he's been in, we thought that the fight with Spence was going to be hard, and he made it look so easy. Now, we've never really seen him in a hard fight where we've seen him in trouble, so maybe this could be the fight that puts him in that trouble to see what he's going to be like when he's under pressure. Yeah. You know what I mean? We've never seen either fighter under pressure, like a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't say...
Maybe Golovkin for Canelo, I guess you could say.
Exactly, yeah, Golovkin, yeah. But other than that, I don't class the Mayweather fight a hard fight, because Mayweather just a runner, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But,
I guess Bivol had the size.
Bivol had the size advantage, but this one, I think Canelo has the size advantage. But then again, I've always said Crawford puts on the weight well. If you look at size of him, you see his picture when he was like 185. Yeah. He looked huge, bro. He looked jacked up, and he looked strong at the weight as well.
Amir Khan addresses a criticism surrounding Terence Crawford's chances, particularly regarding size and power. Khan praises Crawford's mastery of small, precise shots and body targeting skills, noting that these have been instrumental in his victories against top-level opponents, including Errol Spence. Khan highlights Crawford's ability to control the pace of fight and create openings with intelligent movement and pinpoint accuracy. According to Khan, detractors underestimate how these refined skills can dismantle even bigger and stronger opponents. He argues that Crawford's bodywork and tactical sharpness will play a significant role if he faces Canelo, just as they did in his previous marquee wins with both fighters. Promoter Eddie Hearn admits he initially dismissed Crawford's chances against Canelo.
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. But I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight. And, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. but I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. And I don't think he's going to like that kind of.
However, his opinion changed dramatically after meeting Crawford in person and observing his mindset. Hearn was struck by Crawford's unwavering confidence and determination to win. He notes that determination at the highest level can often make the difference in elite matchups. This new impression led Hearn to believe that Crawford's mental edge combined with his skill set could make the fight far more competitive than he first imagined. While still acknowledging Canelo's strengths, Hearn now sees a realistic path for Crawford to emerge victorious.
Like every good fight, no one really knows the skill and competitiveness and ring craft of Crawford, or you can say the same things about Canelo, but just he has that size. And but I see Crawford in New York when Hamza fought Berlanga, and he doesn't look too small anymore. He's filled out a lot. He looks quite big. It's a great fight. I think they're equally matched in skill, and it's going to be one of the best fights. It's going to, like, when you see how skillful both fighters are, the tricks they have, and how they fight. It should be one of the best fights of the last, I don't know how many years. It should be up there with the best fights we can remember.
Yeah. Does the weight putting on for Crawford?
Former fighter Andy Lee calls a matchup between Canelo and Crawford a great fight for the sport. He downplays the notion that weight is a decisive factor, pointing out that Crawford is not as small as some may think. After gaining weight for this potential bout, Crawford appears physically strong and well-conditioned. Lee argues that while Canelo may have a natural size advantage, it will not automatically translate into victory. He believes Crawford's speed, angles, and versatility can offset the difference in size, making the fight competitive and exciting for fans.